Is very similar to yesterday. I suppose the only difference is the heat has pushed a little bit further north into New South Wales. Now, if we're having a look at the temperatures right across the southeast corner at the moment, we've got current conditions across South Australia, New South Wales and Victoria. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s at the moment. In South Australia, Roseworthy currently sitting at about 44.3, but the temperature there earlier this afternoon actually peaked at 46 degrees. Deniliquin in New South Wales down on the border, 42.7. Walpi up in Victoria, 44.4 degrees. Tasmania is also seeing extreme heat once again, 36.1 at Ooze in Tasmania at the moment. And we're also seeing very high temperatures right across the ACT and also parts of the southern tablelands of New South Wales. So this heat is once again very widespread and into the low to mid 40s across many areas.
So once again, let's just take a closer look at some of those areas: Adelaide, Melbourne and Canberra.
Yep, well, starting off with Adelaide, it's been another very hot day. At this stage, not quite as extreme as what we saw yesterday, but there's still plenty of heating yet to come. It was around this time yesterday that clouds started to form over Adelaide, so the temperatures stabilised just a little bit. At the moment, the city's reached about 43.2 and 46 at Roseworthy, as I was saying. The airport around 42.3 so far this afternoon. Now, if we go to Melbourne, but first up, actually, if we have a look at the radar and the lightning tracker, now severe thunderstorm warning has been issued across much of southern Victoria. The potential of damaging winds and also large hail with thunderstorms developing across the state. Now, it'll have an effect similar to yesterday in South Australia. It may provide a little bit of temperature relief, but it'll probably be short-lived. Once the storms move through, then the temperatures will rise again. Melbourne's reached 41.7, the airport 42.9, Essendon 43.2, so that's just north of the city, and Viewbank 42.8, so another very hot day across Melbourne. Now, Canberra 38.9 degrees, Tuggeranong 38.8, but I was saying around other parts of the tablelands in New South Wales, Braidwood 38.3, and even Cooma, where we see the potential of fairly widespread snow in winter, 36.3 degrees this afternoon, so very hot conditions. And just on a quick side note, Sydney, the city's under the influence of sea breeze, but out west, Richmond, Penrith, very hot temperatures out there at the moment, around about 36 to 38 degrees. So that heat is pushing further north today.
Now, we've been hearing from fire authorities, not only in Victoria but South Australia too, that they're very worried about the conditions that they're facing. What can you tell us?
Okay, well, we've got another graphic here. Now, this is basically just taking the three weather elements. It is the temperature, the wind and the relative humidity. Now, where you can see the darker red, this is where the conditions are more conducive, or the weather conditions are more conducive to dangerous fire weather conditions. And we can see how widespread it is and how it peaks through the middle and the late part of the afternoon, because that's when the heating is at its most intense. We also have the lowest relative humidity. Now, this chart will run again tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what it shows up on Friday as that frontal system is set to approach. But yeah, really just looking at those three weather elements, but it does give an idea of how widespread these dangerous fire weather conditions are at the moment.
Because as that front approaches, it's bringing some winds, and that's what's really getting the firefighters
Yeah,
worried.
so as those winds strengthen and we've still got the high temperatures and the low humidity, then that increases I suppose the dangerous fire weather element, particularly the closer you are to that frontal system where the winds are the strongest.